I must apologize for the lack of editing, as this is going to be a one picture classic as I commentate over it for my thoughts in regards to Digimon 2020 episode 57, and I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it, and I actually disliked it. Now, this might warrant some of you lot to give me a dislike on the video. Go for it. If that's what tickles your pickle, go for it. But also, I want to let everyone know, I treat my subscribers and the viewers as real people. I'm going to be very honest and brutal, and there's going to be a lot of times where we may not agree, but I expect critical thinking and I expect a decent dialogue. If I meet you, we go for a coffee. I literally don't treat you like a number, so it is what it is. Sometimes it is going to be the harsh truth for some people who enjoy blind loyalty, blind optimism, and just they tend to ignore and brush over all of the defects which are quite present from this series so far. And that goes with everything, whether it's Digimon, One Piece, Dragon Ball, or even Shaman King. Digimon 2020 is a reboot series, and this episode epitomizes all of the things which I do not enjoy about this reboot, all clustered into one episode. Before I go into that, what happened in this episode? So to keep it quite simple, Algomon and Tai, they're going away somewhere. We didn't see them depart, Matt and Gabumon, but okay. And suddenly a giant eye appears in the sky, and that's Algomon, sucks them into his own body, I guess. And we see Algomon interacting with Tai and Algomon. They have a little bish bash bosh. We reinforce the relationship between Algomon and Tai, and by the end we learn a little bit more about the great catastrophe. Well, actually we learn nothing, but we also do get a bit more clarity that okay, the creator is that giant blobby eye thing, and that is the creator of Algomon, and this is the precursor of the great catastrophe. Okay, that's what happened in the episode. What's so wrong about that, Dimsy? Why don't you enjoy it? We learned nothing. Actually, we learned nothing about Tai, about Algomon. This is supposed to be a Tai-centric episode. It was a Tai-centric episode where we had Algomon and Tai. Tai was captured by the Algomon. And now, one thing I'll give a positive to, it was great to see the evolution of Algomon from a baby to a champion to an ultimate and then to a mega, and then to the mega that we are aware of from the Digimon Tamers or Savers movie, from the movie Algomon. And that was nice to see. It's a more humanoid take of Algomon. And what they're doing here, I know what they're doing. They're using Algomon as the connective tissue from episode 1 all the way to now, but it's not as if that we didn't know this already. We knew about all of the catastrophes, all of the issues that were happening in the real world being connected. Now, I'm not brushing it aside saying that we learned absolutely nothing, but it didn't warrant me saying, oh, this is a great positive for the episode. What I genuinely did not like, and this is maybe my own personal thing, was when Tai was multiplied and captured, you know, they made all these copies of Tai, and Algomon had to find the real Tai and free him before that Tai gets suffocated. And it was an experiment. Essentially, it was to see the relationship between Algomon and Tai. And a lot of the copy Tais were behaving quite dodgy. They were like, Algomon, why are you not saving me? Or Algomon, no, you can go. So you're looking at all of these emotions of Tai, all of these dialogue differences between these copies of Tai to confuse Algomon. Now, Dimsy, that should be fine, right? You're getting a genuine issue where there's tension being built. Algomon is confused and is him. Maybe this episode wasn't about Tai, but it was more about Algomon. No. We had Algomon's episode when he became War Greymon, Metal Greymon, Greymon, etc. Also, the immense time wasting of the full evolution sequence to Champion, to Ultimate, and to Mega, that's very cheeky of you, Toei. Tai having all those emotions and all of those dialogue differences would have been fine if we had Tai at some point in the series act like a dickhead, act like, oh, he is not so considerate. If we had all of those times when Tai was acting like the persona that those copies were trying to show, fine. But this just reminded me that Tai's been the exact same character from episode 1 to episode 57. There was a tweet on done by, I can't remember whether it was lost in translation on a Prodigious, which said there's been absolutely no character progression for Tai in this series, and I don't know, maybe for the first 35 episodes. I'll take it more further. I don't think there's been a significant character change in Tai that warrants character development for the main protagonist of a series. He's been Mr. Perfect, and the lack of change, the lack of progression, the lack of different situations which put Tai in a hard situation was evident from this sequence where we saw all the different Tais. Because I'm like, no, that's not Tai. Tai doesn't talk like this. No, Tai would never say this. The reason I'm saying this was from the Tai that I learned and we know from this series, he doesn't talk like that. He doesn't say, Algomon, what are you doing? He doesn't berate Algomon. These copies were not imitating Tai at all. Now what they were doing was the original adventure version of Tai. You had aspects of the ruthless Tai, the Tai that is too one-minded, the Tai that is not the best leader, the Tai that's not the most considerate, the Tai that is a bit too optimistic. He's not the most tactical. So all of these things were Tai from the original 1999 Digimon, but not this 2021. The 2021 is far too perfect. So this sequence just felt unrealistic for me. It made very little sense. And the sudden change of, okay, oh, it seems these Algomon are kind of friendly. Oh, no, we're attacking them. Oh, no, they're bad. But we're figuring out more about this entity, but we learned nothing. He didn't say enough. He was a bit too mysterious. Now, is that a negative? Nah, not really. I don't mind it. I don't mind the fact that Algomon wasn't destroyed by the end of this episode. I don't mind the fact that he didn't give away too much. His presence was actually something, but it was more so just for a showcase of the evolution of Algomon in Champion, Ultimate and all that, for him to showcase all of those moves. It felt like a padding episode, and that's exactly what it was. And do we want that in episode 57 of this series? And also, do we want a Tai-centric episode where by the end of the episode, we didn't learn more about Tai, nor did we learn more about Algomon? We didn't see a drastic change or development in Tai or Algomon. I felt like it was a bit of a waste. I felt like you're doing these character episodes, but it just doesn't work. I felt like a lot of the problems with Digimon is that it's not that it's a bad story, it's not that it's a bad episode, it's just that it's really weirdly placed. What are they doing? They need to be a bit more tactical in the way they structure the episodes. Izzy has been in the tree for weeks trying to search the Great Catastrophe, only for Tai to just stumble upon it in a few minutes or a few hours or however long it's been. Has there even been weeks that Izzy's been there? There's no concept of time or time elapsing. Now, this Algomon, this perfect level Algomon, this mega Algomon, it just feels like he's taken Devimon's mantle, that Devimon messed up, so now he's the next Devimon. Okay. The messenger of evil, the messenger of destruction. I don't know. It was just an underwhelming episode. Am I ranting? I'm sorry, guys. It's been a while. I just thought to myself, I'm just not impressed. I don't wake up thinking, oh, yeah, okay, let's watch Digimon. But I don't wake up thinking, oh, I can't wait for Digimon. I can't wait for them to blow me away. They're not blowing me away. After Millenniumon, nothing's blown me away. And it's only just those final parts of Millenniumon. It's only the final parts of the Devimon arc. It just doesn't work. Anyway, please let me know, what did you think of the episode? Am I being too harsh? I probably am. I probably am being too harsh. It probably is an okay episode, but it's by no stretch a good episode. The animation was lazy. Toei are smacking it, literally kicking it out the park with how they're doing for One Piece and Dragon Quest. Where is the love for Digimon? Literally, Digimon just is a side thought, it's an afterthought. Where is the love? I said how this episode epitomized everything, a lot of things which I didn't like about Digimon, and that's exactly it. It's the lack of character progression, it's a lack of real thought, and it's a lack of great utilization of the time and how they structure the events and the narrative. It could be better, it should be better. You had 20 years to perfect it, and you've been perfecting it through the other series, and I'm talking about Toei here. I just feel a bit underwhelmed. Anyway, hopefully I get better. It's a very sunny day in the UK. It's absolutely boiling. I hope you lot enjoy your weekend. Take care. Bye.